You're watching Cape Media News. I'm Gabrielle Rawson. I'm here today with Erica Gomes, who is a hairstylist and makeup artist in the New England region. Welcome to the show, Erica.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We invited you on the show today to talk about this wonderful project that you've started. You are offering free hair services to kids of color who are living in the foster care system. Can you tell me a little bit about this service you're providing and where your inspiration for this came from?
Sure. I'll try not to talk your ear off because it could be a long story, but the short of it all was I was once in foster care myself, a brief time. I was adopted by 2 years old. So it's just a close subject to my heart, just since I went through it as a child and my siblings went through it as a child as well. I've always wanted to give back to our local DCF in ways that I could. I used to collect donations for them in terms of like clothing, diapers, stuff like that. And it dawned on me that my passion for, the hair world and textured hair, it can align with the needs of the foster families here on Cape Cod.
Absolutely. So how did this start for you? What happened? What was the first experience like, and how has it grown?
So it's still fairly new. This idea has actually been in my mind since about 2019, and I didn't really bring it into fruition until most recently. With the pandemic and the whole industry shutting down for me, I sat with myself a lot. Like, what is my next step here? What can I do that's going to be more impactful and meaningful within my career? And obviously, like I said, the foster care system is close to my heart, and it dawned on me that there's such a lack here and beyond, really, of hair care, textured hair care knowledge and services, really. So I just put a status on my Facebook, really, and a lot of people shared it. So a lot of referrals came to me with people that knew foster families. So I started getting phone calls, was doing phone consultations, and then set up a couple appointments. So what really got this attention here was that photo that I shared of one family. So social media has been a great asset for me with reaching the families.
Absolutely. And one of the things I saw that you posted was that you're not just providing the hairstyles free of charge, but you're also teaching the families about hair care for this particular type of hair. Talk to me a little bit about that. What are the differences, and what is the importance of providing that knowledge to these parents?
Right. So when you think about Cape Cod, you got to consider the demographics we live in. So, we're primarily like white area. So textured hair, curly hair can be unfamiliar to a lot of parents or families that foster. So every hair texture is different. So there's multiple levels depending on the hair texture, and it grows to, hair less curlier than mine to very coarse and coily hair. So how you care for that hair is actually all different. I talk a lot lately about hair porosity, and that's the ability for our hair to absorb and retain moisture. And depending on what that is as an individual, you decide what products you use and how you layer those products in the hair. So you get the best outcome. So it's less frizzy, so the coils are more pronounced depending on what your goal is with your hair. So it's all different, and you won't really know how to care for it unless you really like dig deep, and it's like a trial and error process. So I want to take that stress away from foster families when they end up with children that they're not familiar with their hair because they've never had to deal with it. So not only with providing like a service to style it, but I want to show you how you care for it when they're just in the home with them.
That's really wonderful. Talk to me a little bit about what impacts on the kids you're hoping to have on their self-esteem and on making them feel good.
Yeah, I think, a lot of these children come from so much trauma and that we will ever experience in our lifetime. And just to be able to look in the mirror, I had one little girl, and I've shared this story briefly on my social media, and she's just like, I look beautiful. And it was like, in that moment, I'm like, this is it. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And my own experience and background, no one had hair like me as a child. No one knew how to do it. My mom didn't know how to do it. And I always wanted straight hair like the girls in my class. And most of my adulthood, I would straighten my hair because that's just what was familiar to me, because I didn't know how to care for my own hair. So I would just love to take away that part of a little girl's life when they look around them and they don't see representation like themselves, and to look in the mirror and love, what they have naturally. So that's really where my passion falls with that.
That's wonderful. And tell me, what has the community response been?
Oh my God. Okay. I'm so thankful because not only has people like shared that image so many times, and, I'm just hearing how the need is there, which was great because I knew for myself it was, but to really get that justification that this is really a need in the foster care system. But the amount of people that have messaged me about donations, and I've been getting stuff in the mail already with products and bonnets and hair care that I'm going to be able to make little goodie bags for and give to these kids when they come, so they can go home with like the right products for their hair. So that was something I did not expect. And it was just so wonderful to see the community want to support this.
That is incredible. How can people reach you if they want to get involved somehow? Or if
So
they have a child that they want to bring to you for a hairstyle?
Yeah, so right now the post on my Facebook has gotten a lot of traction. So I realized that I posted that without a contact information, just because I didn't expect it to become what it was at all. But I added my email there. That's kind of the best form of contact for me right now. And then my Facebook Messenger, I've been trying to pay extra attention to that because that's kind of where everything is coming in through right now. But the email is the best form of contact for me.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for what you're doing in the community. It's always wonderful to see this kind of work happening. So thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for wanting me to speak here today. It's great.